Hi, welcome again to the Employment University. It's getting deeper, getting richer, but like I want to do every Saturday or every sixth day of the week is to look at the whole week, look at the whole journey so far, and be able to reach out to you. So please permit me, may break the rules sometimes because there's so much to say and you cannot just say it in 5 minutes. And I don't think we do ourselves justice if we split it. So we may be going up to 10 minutes this morning, but it's very important that you understand how we have moved on this journey so far. So we started with the fact that many people may be in this group because of a reason. They need a job, they need a better job, or they want to improve themselves on their job. They want to improve the quality of their lives. They want their career to receive a significant boost. So you're in the right place. And what we have tried to do is try to understand the concept of a job or a career. And it starts from that very fundamental reason that you are doing work or paid work in exchange for money. So we're not going to waste so much time on that. If you go to the previous videos or you go to our YouTube channel, you could find these videos, and it's always best, I always emphasize, to watch them in sequence. Towards the end, the videos will be getting longer because I will now be combining all the concepts I have taught in the previous weeks and trying to explain them. So we have boiled it down to skills as at last week. We boiled it down, we zeroed it down to skills. And we mentioned that keyword, skill set. Every job in this planet needs a skill set. That means you cannot use just one skill to get your job. So show me one job that it's only one skill required, and I will tell you that it doesn't exist. So I dare you this morning, show me one job. So it needs a combination of skills for it to work. Think of any. You need a combination of skills to be effective and efficient in that job. If you want a promotion, you want more customers, you want recognition, you need a skill set. And then last week also we tried to zero in on the soft skills and the hard skills. And I am trying to look at these hard skills that can be trained, that can be acquired, that can be learned. And it's a very delicate thing when you're talking about employment because you're talking about human nature, human capacity, human potentials. We are yet to see the best of human existence, the God-given talents that God has put into us, and how we can use them to produce talents. And what I mean by that, you can use your talent to produce talents is you can monetize your skills. So we have built that basic background in the first week, and I told you that throughout this class we will be looking at how to discover our skills, develop our skills, and deploy our skills, and all these things matter. I've also tried to emphasize that hard skills are basically the reason why your customer wants you to work. I need a barber. I need someone to do an artifact for me. I want an art design. I want someone to do what they call that, a radio jingle for me. I could go on and on. Like I told you, there are 12,000 different job types in the world, and they're getting more. Should I give you some examples? Some people now call themselves traditional wedding compare, which means they call, in my language in Yoruba, is called alaga ijoko. Some people have branded it as a job. Now, maybe some 20, 30 years ago, that would not be. We have people like Shegun Gele who does makeup and gele designs and charges as much as $60,000 every year. You do the maths, so you get the value. So the point I am making is that people are converting their talent into skills, and some people don't need to work for other people. They can still use their talent, and if they don't want to be self-employed, and work for people. So the bottom line is whether you're going to be self-employed or working for somebody else, once you first discover your skill, then you need to know some things. So this is deep, and that's why it's very important that we understand everything we have been doing till date. It's very deep, and I'm trying to restrain myself because there's so much to talk about. So we have mentioned a couple of hard skills this week. We have mentioned the visual spatial, we have mentioned the mathematical, we have mentioned the verbal intelligence, and I think we have mentioned the musical intelligence. So remember, I said skill set, so you can combine one or two hard skills and it will give you an edge in your industry. You know, there are things we're calling personal branding. These are things we are going to discuss in the future. We're going to talk about the value of relationships. So please, I need you just to understand what we are doing now, so that when we get deeper, you will not be lost. So we have broken all of them down now. We have hard skills on one side, soft skills on the other side. And soft skills, like I said, we're going to do it much later in the class. I'm going to attend to that. It is very important that we touch soft skills. But this week, we have looked at these four intelligences. And I told you intelligence is an ability to acquire a skill or knowledge, acquire and apply. So that's intelligence. And sometimes we could say people are born with it or people just discover it. I don't know what to say. But just like there are minerals under the ground, and when you dig deep, you begin to find them, you are a treasure. You have gifts. Your gifts can bring gifts to you. Your talent can generate talent for you. So the point I am making is that these first four, people are combining them to make a living. One of the people that I mentioned in the week was Fowles. So if you look very well at his quality of his music, you can see verbal intelligence there. There's verbal intelligence, the way he coins words. And I shared Child of the World video where he is mentioning people who are victims of sexual abuse and who are going through a depression. And that has been in the news lately about depression. And then he's trying to talk to you, there's no need to kill yourself, reaching out to you, because there's another skill he has, in another intelligence he has, and we're going to explain that next week. But these two are very clear. He has a very strong way he uses words, and he has a strong way he uses music to portray those words. Do you see skill set? There's another guy who uses music, but in a different way. His name is Kenny Black. He uses his own music and uses words, but he uses it to generate comedy. So in you are God-given intelligences. Your job and your skill, you have to learn, and that's what you are doing in the Employment University, how to mix these things to produce stuff. If you mix flour and eggs, it makes pancake. If you mix flour and some other thing, you can make cake. So people are mixing their stuff and is bringing out a various quality to the world that the world needs. Now, note that word, the world needs. You have to first know what you have. You have to know what the world needs out there, and then you have to know how to use what you have to make it viable for what the world needs. You have seen the story of a barber, and there is something he is doing there. I don't know if you have gone through the story, but trying to use relationship skills to build quotient and for himself in the area of barbing. He knows that these barbers like to gist and chat, and he travels as much as to Italy. They pay his ticket to go and cut hair to Italy. I'm sure some people say, "Oh, I want to be a barber now," but that is the wrong thing. He has found his own. He has discovered his skill. What is your own skill that will take you to the world? If a barber can be traveling around the world, then there is something you can do differently. And these are the things. I'm not saying traveling around the world is the mark of success. You will define what it is. What I'm saying is that with what you are, with your God-given abilities, there are certain things that you can do, and you can make a name for yourself. So think about these things. I have quite a lot to do today, and I may make it in groups of 10 minutes. But the most important thing is, I hope I'm making sense that this thing begins with you, and stop envying others. Look within you. You have a treasure within you. Thank you so much for your time. I will see you in the next session.